Hey everybody, welcome to the Marky Marc show. This is your host Mark Johnson. Today we're going to be talking about something. We're going to be talking about stress today. I was doing I was watching some stuff on Facebook and stuff like that, and I come across something. So we're just going to talk about that. First, we're going to give some shout outs today. So I'll just say your guys' names, and there's your shout-out for today. Let's see. First is Maddie Starkweather. You've been wanting one for a long time, and I've yet to give it to you, so here you go. Alyssa Stell, Nisa Perez, Stevie Newton, Micaiah Blunt, and Jared Slavin, buddy. There's your shout-out for today. But yeah, that's the shout-outs. If you guys want a shout-out, do not call me. Text me on my phone or text me through the show. Don't call me. It actually messes up the show. For some odd reason, I have no clue. I'm working on getting call-ins, but that, as of right now, is a no. So, let's get to the show. Okay. So, we're going to talk about stress. You know, stress has a big impact on our lives. You know, it can paralyze us. Okay. So here's something I wrote up. Okay. We are faced with challenges and obstacles, which can help us grow and help define us. And now when stress creeps in, it could make things seem quite impossible. It could even paralyze us, prevent us from doing things that need to be done. Stress is like holding a glass of water, okay? If anybody's ever held a glass of water, it's weightless. I mean, to be honest, you don't really feel weight. Like, as I just take a drink of my water right here, it's weightless. I feel no weight. But let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Yeah. A glass of water, if I hold it for a minute, nothing happens. Like I just did. Nothing really happened, you know? But if I hold it for an hour, my arm will begin to ache. If you hold a glass of water for an hour, it will start to ache. Known fact, you know? If I hold this cup in my hand for an hour, even though it's weightless pretty much, I mean it has weight, but it's like ounces, my arm will start to ache because I held it. Then if I hold it all day long, my arm will start to feel numb and paralyzed. And the longer I hold on to the glass of water, the heavier it becomes, which is true. So, you know, if you don't get the gist of what I'm trying to say, so far anyways, stress is like holding a glass of water. You don't really think about it. You don't, I don't know how I want to put it, to be honest. You don't think about what the stress is until, you really start to think, and then it becomes added on, and it starts to mess with your life, as I will tell you in a minute. The stresses and the worries of life are like glasses of water, like I said. If you think about them for a little bit, nothing to worry about. You have nothing to worry about. But then if you think a little longer, it begins to hurt. Stress will hurt you, and it will hurt your body, And if you think about them all day long, you feel paralyzed. You feel like there's nothing you can do, which is wrong. You can do a lot for stress. There are stress relievers you can do. There's yoga. I'm not one for yoga, I tell you what. But there's many other things. Meditation. Hell, even playing a video game can take out your stress. You start to feel paralyzed and incapable of doing anything. So always remember this, guys. Put down the glass of water. Now, if some people didn't realize what I'm trying to say here, which is quite possible, to say the least, basically, your life, you don't let stress hold you down. Don't. Do something about that stress. Use stress relievers. Play a video game. I don't condone violence, shooting games. Well, actually I do, but that's besides the point. Play a shooting game, Play any video game that you think is gonna calm you. Like, I'll tell you one. No, when I get stressed and stuff, I play like Call of Duty, Battlefield, or the new games, Sniper Ghost Warrior that came out. If I start feeling stressed, I play them. It's a stress reliever for me. So, there's one thing about my life. I always told you guys I'm going to put a little fact about my life in there, in my show. But, yeah. That's basically one of the things I want to talk about today. There's a whole bunch other I can talk about, which I'm going to. Oh, first off, okay, I want to talk about bullying, okay? Bullying. Bullying is just not right. That's what leads to suicides, is bullying, okay? And, we need to do something about bullying, because it's become a major thing. I mean, not much. It start to die down, but then it starts to go back up every time bullying dies down. Like name calling. See, it's different if you're messing around with a person, and the person knows you're messing around. But if you're on purposely calling a person a name, well, I'm going to say this flat out. You're a real fucked up person. Okay? But if they know you're messing around, they're messing around with you too. That's fine. Whatever. Who cares? And, bullying is, like I said, is one thing that causes suicides. And a person who's gonna make another person do suicide, to me, belongs in fucking jail. Which, here in New York State, you actually get a manslaughter charge if you're bullying a person and they commit suicide. You will go to jail. Trust and believe that. Which I applaud New York State for doing, because that's probably the best thing they could ever done about bullying. I witnessed some stuff today that was not right. Okay. When I was in school today, I witnessed some stuff that I did not like, and I stood up for this for this person. And if you all were there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Earlier today, and I pinned him up against the wall because he had no right to be bullying or saying shit about another person when there's no excuse anyways. There's just no excuse. You shouldn't be saying nothing. If you have nothing, I know you probably hear this a million times from your parents or from other people. It's true. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it. Now, I know I don't take my own advice. That's because I'm an idiot. That's besides the point. But I really don't say nothing bad about somebody. I mean, I call them assholes and everything, but that's life. But I don't really, sit there and just start calling them names after names after names and putting them down. No, because if I ever see anybody putting someone down in my school, I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to get choked. That's a promise, not a threat. But, yeah. That's why one of the reasons, like I said, I was going to make a foundation called Make a Peace Foundation. Well, I'm also going to incorporate a bullying clause in there so we can help build awareness and help stop bullying in all of the U.S. and potentially all over the world. Because this isn't just a U.S. epidemic that's happening here. It's all over the world. Bullying is all over the world. You know, it's just, how low in your life can you be to bully somebody? You know what I mean? You have to really hate your life to even go out and, like, make fun of another frickin' person and bully them. And I applaud anybody who stands up to a bully, no matter what you do to that bully. At least you're standing up to somebody. I know people who just sit around and just laugh at a bully, and no. You're just as guilty as they are if you don't do something about it. And on this show, I try to make people aware of what the hell is going on in the world and what's going on in society, what's going on in our community here. And this is the one thing that's going on and that needs to change. It really does, and I'm going to help it change. But, yeah, that's one of my rants today. Just don't bully. If you see a bully, you don't have the courage to, do something about it yourself, go up and tell somebody. Go up and tell an adult. If you're at school, tell a teacher. Say you're in an office building and, even adults bully each other. What's it called? It's a different word than bullying. I can't remember what it's called, but but tell somebody. Tell somebody about it. If you're an adult, you can handle it yourself. You should have the courage, but some adults don't. They have to, rely on others to help, and that's okay. But yeah, just take my words and see what you can do with them in your life. You know what I mean? Just do something about it, or at least try, or think about it. Maybe you, like me, can actually make a change in this world. I'm a member of the United Nations. I work for the UN, and every time we have a conference down in D.C. or something like that, sometimes I'm not able to make it. Usually in the summertime I go down for a little bit and then come back up. But we're always on the topic of bullying, and trying to make peace within the world. Well, that's exactly what we need to try. That's exactly what we're trying to do. But it's not helping when you got other people saying, you got anti-government people saying, whites are supreme. I have a magazine. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, it is in here. It has a picture of, back in the days it said, I want you to join the U.S. Army. Well, this goddamn magazine on the front of it the magazine isn't condoning this. It's just there so it can catch your attention, and reading one of the articles that's about it. It says, I want you to be racist. I looked at that and I wanted to fucking throw it out the goddamn window. Okay. And, apparently, ignorant goddamn son of a guns took Trump's Make America better again. And instead of they think Trump really meant Make America white again. What the hell does that even mean? America was never white to begin with. Hell, we had more black people here and different colored people and different ethnic groups than we ever had whites. And to be honest, white is a race. Thank you very much. Everybody has... White's a race. It's just the color of your skin. Who gives a flying fuck about the color of your skin? Okay? You shouldn't be defined by your race, your ethnicity, your religion, your sexual orientation. No. You should be defined about who you are.